Welcome to As We Get Older. I'm Laura Ornduff. When I created the website, the videos, the blogs, the social media, my intent was to share my story because there were a lot of things that weren't exactly in the norm and a lot of things I didn't know. But so many people have reached out to me with their stories that they had things that weren't in the norm. They weren't expected. Even if they, like me, had planned what they thought they had planned, every detail, they had those bumps in the road. And I realized I wanted to share those stories with you. And how better than from their own mouths. Now, I'm not advocating anything. So when they talk about their experiences, I am not advocating anything. But I wanted to share their stories. This is one of them.
Hello and welcome to As We Get Older. My name's David Moore and this is a video that's going to be discussing handwritten wills. Many years ago when my father passed away, he had a handwritten will that had been notarized at his bank. And when he passed away, that's all my mother needed to show the probate court was this handwritten will, and handwritten wills are valid in most states. However, after his death, my mother moved to a different state, and she also then did a handwritten will. But in her state that she was living in at the time of her death, handwritten wills came with some extra baggage attached to that. Handwritten wills were still valid, and she had one that had been notarized at a bank by multiple people. But in the state in which she passed away, that was not enough. So when she died, and we took the handwritten will to the probate court, what we had to do in addition to that was we had to get notarized signatures from 3 people who knew my mother and could verify that this was her handwriting. Now, my mother was a very social person, and so she had lots of friends and neighbors who could help us with this task. So that was not an issue. But I know many people out there have parents who perhaps are a little more reclusive, or perhaps your parents have moved to an area where they don't know as many people, and perhaps you don't know who they know because they've moved away from your childhood residence place. So anyway, we had to get 3 other people who were not in the will to have notarized signatures to attest that the handwriting in my mother's will was actually her will. Now, I think my parents did the whole handwritten will because they didn't want to pay for a lawyer in the first place, and so they just took it to the bank to get it notarized and thought that would be enough. But I would encourage everyone to check where the state you live to see if there are any extra things attached to handwritten wills. This has been another video on As We Get Older. Please check the library for other titles that may interest you.